Welcome one and all to Scotch and Smoke Rings, episode 537. I am your friendly neighborhood Oxhorn here as always with suspenders set to maximum stun. Got a great show for you today. Sorry that I'm about 5 minutes early, maybe a little more than 5 minutes early if I'm being perfectly honest. And the reason is of course because, well maybe not of course, but the reason is because Bethesda released the Creation Club for Fallout 4 stuff today. And I say today, they actually soft released it yesterday. They just didn't announce it to anybody. So if you would have logged into the Creation Club and nosed around a bit, you would have found the files there. And so I found them yesterday because I've been waiting with bated breath. They've said that the Creation Club stuff is going to be live for months. I mean, they've been working on it for months. Anyway, so I've been checking every day, just waiting, and they came up yesterday, and now they're live on the store. So I have spent, nearly 20 some odd hours just shooting footage for all of the new big releases for the Creation Club, and I was in the middle of finishing up capturing footage for the Tesla Cannon creation when I remembered, oh yeah, I've got a show to do. So here I am, ladies and gents, and we're going to be doing BioShock Infinite, Burial at Sea, the story-driven DLC for BioShock Infinite, which I'm extremely excited about. And tomorrow is also an exciting day because tomorrow we begin Red Dead Redemption 2. I've already purchased it. I've installed it on my machine. I haven't actually fired it up to make sure it works on my machine. That'd probably be important to do. I got a very sad surprise with Far Cry 5. I bought the game, I installed it, and I go to launch it, and I get this big pop-up saying something about like game crash error or no unauthorized access or something like that. And no matter what I did, I could not log into the game. I updated my Uplay account because you got to have a Uplay account to play a single-player version of Far Cry 5. And I Googled it, and come to find out, there's like an anti-cheat software that they've got enabled, and it's glitchy. If you have RGB software installed on your computer, even if it's integrated in with your motherboard, it can falsely trigger the cheat hacking software for Far Cry 5, and they just don't let you log into the game. I tried disabling all of my RGB software. I tried turning off the ASUS control panel thing for the motherboard. I'm at my wit's end. I can't figure out how to play a game I paid for, even though I'm not cheating. So that's one of the reasons why we're not doing Far Cry 5. Anyway, No Name says BioShock Night. Woohoo, woohoo indeed. Welcome new member Mac West. Good to see you, my friend. Evening, Oxy says. Evening right back at you. Good to see the mods, Brian Sanchez, Josh Bunton, in the chat today. And of course, all of our wonderful members, Deuteronomus, Ethan H., Casper Blood, Jessica Sharp, Don Coynton, all of the familiar faces. Ash, I see you there. I almost missed you, but I see you. Big Boy, Rachel, Stephen A., Jesse Spain, Don Coynton, Deuteronomus. I think I'm repeating myself now. But there we go. Good to see everybody and all the regular cast of characters on the broadcast today. Ethan H. says, OMG, I can't wait until you start Red Dead. I've been waiting for so long. Yeah, it was a long download. I installed it a couple nights ago. My plan, because I had finished capturing all my footage for Random Encounters to Fallout 2, which was the video I was going to work on for the weekend, but then the Creation Club came out. But I've got the footage shot for that. So I was working on Random Encounters to Fallout 2 when I said, well, I might as well buy and install Red Dead and then try playing it, get ready for the broadcast tomorrow. And I was going to play it a couple nights ago, but it was a really long download. I had to let it download and install overnight. Huge game. Mortarians is a new member on YouTube. Thank you, Mortarian. No Name says, wait, they prevent you from cheating on a single-player game? I think it has a multiplayer option. I don't know. I haven't played Far Cry 5 because I can't play Far Cry 5. They won't let me log into Far Cry 5. I think it's a single-player game with multiplayer options or something. But I think there's a single-player campaign. I bought it under the presumption that there was a single-player campaign that I could play by myself, and for some reason, they think I've got a cheat software installed on my machine. And I Googled the error code that I got, and apparently it's a big, well-known thing, and there are tons of software that conflict with it, including RGB software. And God forbid I install flashing lights on my GPU, right? I've got flashing lights on my water cooler, my fans, my RAM. I mean, which is it? I have turned it all off. I mean, look. Yeah, all those flashing lights. It's just everything is lit up. I can't. Look, my GPUs are lit up. And that's the issue. How do you make an anti-cheat software and RGB on the machine is what triggers a false flag? It's just beyond. I don't get it. So well done, Ubisoft, or Ubisoft or whatever. Not playing Far Cry 5 anytime soon. Jay-Z says, hey, Oxhorn. Great to see you. Hope you're ready for the story. Gets a bit tricky, but I'll help any way I can. By the way, would you recommend playing Jedi Fallen Order? It's new. I haven't played it, but if you like a Star Wars game, you might like it. I don't know. I haven't played it. But thanks. I'm glad you're here. Josh Bunton says, good evening, Ox. Haven't checked out Rage 2's Terromania DLC yet. No, I haven't. I've been really, really busy. I mean, you've been here for almost every single live stream, and every single live stream has been fully booked and preoccupied with Outer Worlds, and now we're going right on into Red Dead Redemption 2 and finishing up our BioShock adventure. But I do hope to eventually get to it. Stephen A. says, who is your favorite companion in the Outer Worlds? It's hard. It's a tie between Vicar Max, and Parvarati, and Sam. I mean, Sam's just great. I loved Sam. Yeah, so I don't know. They're all great, but I think those are my top three. I mean, that's half the cast right there. I think if there was one companion that was really underwritten, it was Nyoka. And I don't know. I don't think that her personal quest had a satisfying resolution. It was interesting. I mean, I'm glad that we got to track down the monsters that murdered her family and that we were able to give her some closure. But at the end, she's still a drunk. I mean, it's not like she gets over the death of her friends. No, we still find her upside down, literally upside down, in her cabin aboard the Unreliable, surrounded by booze, even after we complete her personal quest. And she's also the companion that has the fewest number of voice dialogue in some of the quests and interactions. And you'll notice this if you watch the lore video that I published this week on the Outer Worlds. That's right, I've done one lore video this week. On the Outer Worlds, we went ahead and became a movie star in Byzantium, and I wanted to record every single companion's interaction throughout the dialogue. And there are a couple of different beats within the dialogue where every companion jumps in to say something. And then there are a few beats that are just for certain companions. For example, passing an engineering check within the dialogue gets you a little conversation if Pravati's in the chat. There's one for Nyoka, but she doesn't have any dialogue for any of the other major beats. Like when you first start the conversation in the acting studio, all the other companions have something to say except her. Then when you choose to attack them, all the other companions have something to say except her. When you're riding the elevator up to Odeon Pictures, all the other companions have something to say about what's going on except her. So I don't understand. Like I think Nyoka has the potential to be a really interesting character, but I just feel like there's just less of her in the game. Ellie, I liked Ellie. I think that she was a good character. I think she could have been better. Like, I got the impression from all of the hype before the game came out that she was like a major character. Because she was the face of every single screenshot, doing that little, pistol thing that she did all the time, which incidentally she didn't do at all throughout the entire game until the very end, where she's frozen like that during an ending slide. And that's it. It was weird. But yeah, she was good. I kind of was bummed by the resolution of her personal story. And but I do think that the interactions she had throughout the game were great. But my favorite is, I think, Max or Sam, really. I mean, Parvati's great. Her personal quest was wonderful. The best written, best realized personal quest was great. Sam's personal quest, not so much. It was just fetch and retrieve. And the Vicar's personal quest was also a little disappointing. There was a lot to do with it, and that was interesting. But the ultimate result, where he just had to decide whether to kill a guy or not, and then he goes and has a hallucinating vision with some fumes, and suddenly he's zen. I would have liked something much more interesting. I wanted more conflict. I wanted his beliefs to be challenged more. And instead, he just walks away saying, well, such is life, c'est la vie. I will learn to accept myself, and blah, blah, blah. What? Come on! Vicar Max! You're supposed to be an awesome badass. And he is a badass. But, yeah, that was a little disappointing. But his interactions throughout the game are great. Sam's interactions throughout the game are great. Pavarotti maybe is the best companion then, I guess. Okay, lots that I've missed here, Rente. That was an interesting topic. Thank you for asking that question. Vladimir Redacted, based on After Hour Control gameplay. Yeah, Vladimir Redacted. With a sticker. Thank you very much, Vladimir. Cole McLean says, are you not going to post anything on November 26th? Like... leather YouTubers in protest of COPA? Just asking. No, I don't do that sort of thing. I've talked about COPA on the program. I tweeted out, I think, a response to somebody who had a concern about it. But no, I don't post political videos. I don't post reaction videos. I don't post news videos. My channel's about games and lore. That's what I talk about. And sometimes mods. And sometimes Creation Club creations. That's what I do. Jesse Spain with a tip. Thank you very much, Jesse Spain. Brazos Vandergrift says, I hope the COPA changes never come to pass. I agree. I agree with you there. Joker Zip says, woohoo, been waiting for this forever. Glad you're coming back to BioShock. Yeah, I mean, Outer Worlds was great, and I'm going to miss it. Okay, I'm just checking my broadcast quality between Mixer and YouTube. And Mixer is really hitchy, but YouTube is buttery smooth. I don't get it. Everybody usually tells me that my Mixer stream is much smoother, but I don't know if it's just my connection. I mean, it shouldn't be, but my Mixer stream is really hitchy. So let me know in the chat if you notice that as well. But I'm getting green across the board, so I hope no one's getting any drop frames or anything like that. What if I told you you read the line wrong with the tip says, who's your favorite Big Daddy in BioShock? Chicken Biscuit says, Mixer looks great here on Mixer. Okay, weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just no hitching, says Chicken Biscuit. Great. Maybe I just have too much going on in the browser on my computer. The Rat King says, yeah, looks great for Mixer. Oh, okay. Well, thank you everybody on Mixer for watching and giving all those stickers and all that. My favorite Big Daddy. Well, I mean, we only played as one Big Daddy. I mean, there was the Minerva's Den. I don't know. You don't really get to like fall in love with a character, like really get to know a character. I mean, you get to know their stories, but I don't know if I would really have a favorite in BioShock. No Name says, that's why we love you, no politics. Thank you, No Name. I'll leave that to other more worthy YouTubers. I'll steer clear myself. You know what? I haven't lit anything on fire, and I haven't poured a drink yet. What is wrong with me? Is this Scotch and smoke rings or spittle and oxygen? Oh. Cheers. Jay-Z says, Ox, have you ever been brought to tears by a game? I think so. Where's my cigar? I think I have been brought to tears by a game. I have memories of being brought to tears by a game, but I don't remember which games brought me to tears. I remember some story elements in games being very powerful, but I can't think. I've finished, what, a dozen games live on this channel, and I haven't yet been brought to tears. There have been a few moments where I've been close, but not quite all the way. The Minerva's Den DLC for BioShock 2, that one was really sad. poignant. Almost brought me to tears, but didn't quite. Sheba Lover, new member. Thank you, Sheba Lover. I hope Red Dead works, says Jim Bob. I do too. I have no doubt. I mean, I don't have any doubts that it will. They've released a few patches for the PC to try and make it more stable. But this is the way it goes anytime you do a port, and this is the frustrating thing about gaming on a PC. Games these days are made for console, and then they make them again for PC, when the games should be made for PCs. It's better hardware. It's a better environment. You should make the game for the PC and then port it to those consoles. Sorry. That was the PC Master Race guy within me kind of getting out there. I got to stomp him down. Get down there, you elitist. Bad, Oxhorn. Josh Bunton says, lol, Spittle and Oxygen, episode 1, Friday at 10 a.m. Yeah. I've created a new TV show. Cole McLean says, that's why I like you, Oxhorn. You don't get political. I'm smoking some La Aurora Corojo with you. Very cool. Well, let's, I can smoke to that. Jonas, you guys really like that Spittle and Oxygen quip. Gosh, I'm going to have to reach out to like the O Network and pitch my show. Jonas says, I'm a new sub and I loved your Fallout and Fallout 2 videos. Can't wait for you to do Fallout Tactics. Thank you. I do plan to do Tactics eventually. It's not high on my priority list right now. I spent a long time doing Fallout 2. Far longer than I thought I would. Practically the most of the year doing Fallout 2, which has made it hard for me to do other content that I wanted to do. So I got 1 or 2 more videos done that I need to do for Fallout 2. Then I'm going to step back from old school games for a while, focus on newer games. I have some Fallout 4 stuff I want to do. Maybe a few more Outer Worlds things that I'd like to do. Wastelanders will be coming out soon. I want to tackle Wastelanders, and then maybe eventually I'll move into Fallout Tactics. Ethan H says, I hope you fully processed Infinite's ending. You're going to be thrown right back into it today. By the way, be ready to fiddle with the music sliders. Great. Oh, thank you. Will do. S. James says, hey man, love the videos. Big props from me. Thank you, S. James. Too kind. Mike Hummel says, hey Ox, here we go again with another great stream. Oxets checking in. Good to see the Oxets in the chat, as always. Every stream, they're there in force. And I love it. Jessica says, I love the game Control. I can't wait for more of it. Reminds me of Vault-Tec meets Silent Hill. Creepy and full of weird experiments. Yeah, I love the vibe of Control. I like it so well that I went through and took a look at some of the developers' previous games, and I bought Quantum Break. And I wanted a game that I could just kind of play for my downtime, because I don't play games in my downtime. If I'm playing a game, I'm streaming it. I'm doing a lore video about it. And every now and then I'll have an hour a week to kill. The kids are asleep. The wife's asleep. I've got all my content done. I've got an hour. And I might want to play a game. So I bought Quantum Break. And I've been playing through it. And I'm glad I'm not streaming it. Because there are like 40-minute long movie cutscenes. Not even kidding. Live action. It's like a TV show. It's like a movie cutscene in this game. You get through the first act and you got to sit down with some popcorn because you're there for 40 minutes. You could skip it, of course, but we're there for the story. But I'm liking it. I like Control a lot better. But I was playing some Quantum Break, and yeah, I can see the evolution of their gameplay from Quantum Break to Control. And I've heard great things about Alan Wake. It was their game before Quantum Break. And if I like Quantum Break, I might go through and do some Alan Wake. But I do think that they really refined their game making with Control. Not only is the story gripping and the setting just immaculate, but the gameplay is much smoother. In Quantum Break, I'm enjoying the powers that you get, but the character still feels funky. He still feels clunky. I'm constantly running into desks and tables, and yes, I have a sprint ability because I can manipulate time and all of that, but it doesn't feel fluid. The main character in Control, however, I don't have any of that. I feel like I can naturally move the character even in a third person instead of first person view. So, yeah, great game. I'm enjoying Control. So tune in Monday. Chris Breyer says, "You worried about COPA?" I try not to focus too much about politics. Interesting, lots of questions about COPA today. I thought this was a topic that came up in the news a week or two ago. But, well, one thing I've learned about politics is that people will take something and really run with it. They turn it into like Armageddon. This is the end of the internet as we know it. And they did this with SOPA, like back like 10 years ago. PIPA, SOPA, something like that. And, I'll get people really concerned about it. And, there are all sorts of privacy acts. And, and I'll read these things and I agree. And I know that these things are messed up and I dislike them. And, but I also think that sometimes people blow things way out of proportion and there's less need for mass hysteria for some things. I don't know if that's the case with COPA, but I do know that these things tend to come and go. Hopefully, it won't come and go and leave the internet in shambles. That, of course, is always the risk. So we'll cross our fingers and hope for the best. There's a great section of Poirot. You ever watch Poirot? Now, the Agatha Christie novels are great. But they also did a wonderful BBC series on Poirot. And one of my favorite episodes, Hercule Poirot, is the ABC murders. And there's a scene where one of the murder suspects, he is suffering from PTSD from World War II. He goes into a library to kind of hide because he feels like he's being chased by someone. And he's really struggling. He's in a lot of terror. And he sits down at a newspaper reading table, and there's this young 20-something-year-old college kid on the other side. And, he's a 20-something-year-old college kid. He's really amped up about politics, as everybody is in their 20s, as I was in my 20s, right? He was really amped up about politics. And then he starts talking with the other guy, the veteran from World War II. And he's older now. He's like in his 60s. And they're having a conversation. And the young college kid, they were having a conversation about politics. And he said, "War is preventable." And the veteran just started laughing. And the kid is like, oh, shoot. He realized at that moment that the man he was talking to was a vet, and he had suffered from PTSD. And that has always stuck with me because on one hand you think about it, and yeah, war is preventable because it's made by men, and men can be convinced not to go to war. They can be reasoned with. Therefore, theoretically, war is preventable. But what the veteran in the Agatha Christie show was akinning war to, or he was talking about war in the same way that he was talking about the weather, right? They were talking about the contrasts between war and the weather, and then the young college kid says, yeah, weather, but war at least is preventable. But I think the point that Agatha Christie was trying to display is that there are some things that are not preventable, like war. Sometimes war can't be prevented. Now, this is 2019, and the European Union has come into effect, and there are a lot of different things that are making war less of a reality for many people in certain places, but war is still a human thing. You go all over the globe and there's war all over the place. So my only point of bringing that up is that politics is kind of like war. Like people can get really agitated about politics and their political party. And I don't know. I've found that it just helps to see it as, it can't be prevented, right? That yes, you can vote, and voting is good. I encourage voting. Yes, if you're really passionate about a topic or a subject, get involved, become an activist, sure. But at the end of the day, there's an entire movement of humanity that we don't control. And this is one illusion, especially when we're young, that we tend to fall into. And that's that if we become politically motivated and active, we can control the politics of other people. And we can't. Sometimes we can influence them, but 99% of the time, and maybe not, that's not an exact statistic, but most of the time people are already set in their politics. And so going on a big political spiel isn't really going to change a mind. There's yet to be a bumper sticker that ever changed somebody's mind, right? I think there has yet to be a Facebook post that's ever changed someone's mind. Or for that matter, a YouTube video. Maybe there is somewhere, but the point is that people believe what they believe. And it's like, fighting against weather, trying to change people's minds on politics. So I don't worry about politics. I don't worry about COPA or spend my time worrying about such things. No Name says, Sisty Pigs need their own spin-off game. No thanks. We'll pass that one up. Ice Tiger, new member. Thank you, Ice Tiger. Jay-Z says, Ox, did you ever find a good explanation to the end of the BioShock Infinite? I know you saw a video, but I have found some good articles doing it as well. It kind of has to do with Schrodinger's cat. I hope you grasp it as well. Thank you, Jay-Z. Yes, I have played the game. I beat the game. I did a lot of thinking about the game. I watched a couple of videos about the ending to the game, and I think I've come to terms with how the game ended. I think I've got a firm grasp of it. Thank you, Jay-Z. Brian Sanchez says, while I respect you don't like console, you're missing some amazing stories that I know you would love, such as The Last of Us. Oh, I know there are a number of wonderful games that are console only, and that's a huge shame. I'm bummed that there are some games that are console only. But it's not a dislike for consoles out of some sort of elitism. It's the difficulty I have communicating through a controller. I find the controller a difficult medium to communicate with the game through. Keyboards are just easier for me because I've been using keyboards to play computer games all my life. I use keyboards for work. I prefer to play with keyboard and mouse, even if that means I miss out on certain titles. The Dark Seraph says, looking at political comments almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. Yeah, I agree. Nobody enjoys politics on YouTube. I mean, people enjoy talking about their own politics on YouTube, but people don't like listening about other people's politics on YouTube. That's the thing. Tony says, so Red Dead 2 is a prequel, and that leaves open the chance to play games in order. Let's see if he'll go on to Red Dead Redemption 1 after that. Excited for Oxhorn School of Horse Riding and Pugilism next year. Oxhorn School of Horse Riding, yeah, maybe. But who knows? Maybe I'll actually find a horse, and that horse will be the perfect horse, and I'll get along with that horse. And we'll have like a digital bond. Like I'll have a digital bond with this horse. And it won't be like driving a bad car, like an LA Noire. I'll have it down. That's my goal. Gaming Prodigy says, bro, I effing love your videos. And this is the first time I've seen you live stream. So I just wanted to say I support you any way I could. Love you, man, and keep up the good work. Thank you, Gaming Prodigy. You were really excited there. I love the energy and the passion. Good to have you on the program. K May says, why would you watch vids on the ending? Ox, Burial at Sea explains it all. Well, I mean, I haven't played Burial at Sea yet, so after we beat the game, after we beat BioShock Infinite, we had a nice, long, interesting discussion about the ending, and then after our discussion, I went and watched an analysis of the ending. This was published before Burial at Sea came out, the DLC, so I didn't think the video spoiled anything for me because it covered many of the same topics we had covered in the Q&A at the end of the game in that live stream. The Dark Seraph says, nice flag, Ox. I have a Minuteman flag myself. I also have one, but it is folded up in triangle form on my shelf somewhere. Oh, it's behind my 10mm pistol over there. Jay-Z says, Ox, I know a bumper sticker or a Facebook post won't change minds, but what about civil, long-form discussions of the ideas are fruitful or a waste of time? I think for some people, they're fruitful. For people who genuinely aren't convinced, and they're genuinely there to learn from another person. If a person goes into a conversation with the intent to absorb information and to learn, or to have his or her own biases challenged, then sure, it's possible. But most people don't do that. Most people don't do that. Most people get into a political conversation to boast their own opinions, to prove themselves right, to tell the world how accurate they are, to argue for the correctness of their interpretation. That's why most people get into a political argument. Now, I think it's possible for a person to change his or her mind through amicable discussion and through activism and so on and so forth. Most people change their minds through experience. They live it. And that's just the sad reality of the human nature. People, it's good. We can sit there and say, study your history. People who fail to study their history repeat it. Sure. But the reality is that people don't learn from reading. I mean, you can learn certain things from reading, but people don't have the smells. They don't have the songs. They don't have the voices. They don't have the emotions, the relationships that you need to fully influence your decision. All of which you get through experience, through reading, or being convinced, or hearing a tirade or something like that. This, incidentally, is one of the reasons why I think gaming is actually a pretty good medium for storytelling that can be used to change opinions or to present alternative information that someone might not have considered. If you can do so in a really creative way, you could change a mind because you're presented with a fictional reality, but something you have control over, and you can do something and go through an experience and maybe change your mind. But just in general, no, I don't think a lot of the online discussions are very productive. Most of it's just, echo chamber stuff. People go to the communities that agree with them, and they talk about things that they already all agree on. And no one changes or learns or matures. They just pat each other on the back. And that's Reddit. That's Reddit. So, yeah, experience changes people. Experience teaches people. Brett Buzz says, the horses in Red Dead usually stick to the road, though it seems to lock onto trees. All right, well, I'll do my best not to die by running into a tree. Tristan Slayer says, the only politics that are allowed here are the choices you make in the game. Yeah. I really, that's one of the reasons why I really enjoy the Fallout series, especially games like Fallout New Vegas. Because you are presented, simply by talking about the stories of the game, you have to talk about the hopelessness of idealism. For example, talking about the followers of the apocalypse. You have to talk about the terrors of building a democratic society that happen throughout the course of creating something democratic, like the bureaucracy that comes out of a democracy. the slow decision making that comes out of a bureaucracy, the need to sometimes be a bit tyrannical when annexing property so you can maintain your bureaucracy. You talk about all of the failures that happen when you create a civilization that segments 50% of the human population, like the Legion, when they say that women can't serve in the Legion. That makes them weaker, right? You can have these conversations. It's really interesting, the sort of political topics that can come up just by taking a look at the different factions in the Fallout franchise. And in particular, New Vegas did this exceptionally well. Which I think is why it has so many impassioned fans, and why some of those impassioned fans dislike the opinions I've made in my gameplay. Man, you ever want to see a bunch of really, really angry Fallout fans? Check out the comments from my video, why the Legion is wrong. Oh boy, they don't like that. Douglas Delegard says, hello Oxhorn, glad to see you, Douglas. So glad you're here today. No Name says, since I assume no stream on Thursday, have an awesome Thanksgiving. Thank you. I'm not even going to be here, so I probably should say that right now. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm not going to be here over Thanksgiving break, so no show on Thursday, on Thanksgiving Thursday, and no content that entire week, including live streams. I really should tweet this out, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll have to tweet it out. But yeah, I'm going to be away doing family stuff for Thanksgiving, so... what I usually do is I usually have a bunch of really small episodes that I'll publish while I'm away. Oxhorn minisodes. I did that last year. I think I did that the year before. I can't do that this year, man. I'm so just tired. I'm just tired of all of the lore. Fallout 2 kicked my butt. It really kicked my butt. And now I'm struggling to finish Fallout 2. I've got 1 or 2 more Fallout 2 videos. And then all of this Creation Club stuff drops right in my lap less than a week before Thanksgiving. So yeah, I'm gonna be lucky to get Creation Club stuff out before I leave. I hope I will. That's my plan. Matthew Clark says, Ox, sir, I'd first like to congratulate you for completing multiple Fallout lores. It's honestly been a joy to play the games and have your videos to fall back on for guidance, help, and etc. Well, thank you very much, Matthew. That's one of the reasons why I made the videos. Sometimes people just think that some of the older Fallouts are not accessible to them for whatever reason. Maybe they only like playing on mobile devices, or maybe they just can't go through the isometric view, or they can't get it installed, or they just don't have the time. But the lore is important, it's interesting, it helps enlighten us when it comes to understanding the lore of the worlds from the newer games, and I wanted to make that easily available. Buff Canuck says, I agree with sentiments and enjoyed listening to your reasoning and rationale. Thumbs up. Well, thank you very much, Buff Canucks. I can't say that I'm right all the time, but I at least have thought about my opinions before I came up with them, and I spent a great deal of time thinking about them. Maybe I'm wrong, but at least I tried. Your cigar. It's already 45 minutes after the program, and I haven't even knocked the ash off my cigar yet, because it hasn't had a chance to burn that far yet. Tristan Slayer 9 says, Legion is bad, NCR good, NCR best. Well, you know, I admire that opinion. But I didn't want my final opinion on Fallout New Vegas to be that black and white. Because it's a very complicated game, and there's really no good faction. I mean, aside from maybe the followers of the apocalypse, there's really no good faction. And that's why when I did my ending faction video for every faction we can side with, I did a video on why each faction was wrong. I explained why siding with every single faction was wrong, including Yes Man, even though he was the first guy I sided with, including the NCR, before I finally chose the lesser of 4 evils. And that was the NCR, in my opinion. I chose the NCR for Fallout New Vegas. I thought it was the lesser of all of those evils, but I don't want to pretend that it's good. I mean, it might be the best the Wasteland has to offer. It's good compared to the slave trade and cannibalism, but those things aren't very much in and of themselves. There are a lot of really bad things that are good when compared to the slave trade and cannibalism, right? There are things about the NCR that bother me, that just bug me. Them annexing people frustrates me. The bureaucracy drives me crazy. I mean, yeah, but when compared to the Legion, which are a bunch of cosplayers gone mad, making armor out of license plates. I mean, don't get me started. That's actually one of the things that frustrates me about the Outer Worlds, is that the board is just bad. Like, I never sat down and felt compelled to side with the board. There wasn't a single person I met in the Outer Worlds who really made a good, legitimate argument for the board existing. Like, we go into the office of Sophia, and we've been working, with the board. Not really with the board, but we've been making balanced decisions throughout the entire gameplay to make life good for everybody, not just life good for rebels who hate the board, which meant that our reputation was satisfactory when we finally met Sophia. And what does she do? She says, "Oh, you just need to go murder an entire town." No. Why? Why do we? And then her explanation for needing to go murder the entire town was so stupid. Well, they're a symbol of anarchy, and they're rebels there, and they don't answer to the board, and we can't allow that because we can't allow that. So that was frustrating. I felt like there were legitimate arguments for every single faction in Fallout New Vegas. House is really compelling. Yes Man is really compelling. NCR is really compelling. And there are certain arguments you can make that make the Legion compelling, but my opinion is that there are many other arguments that make them just obviously a worse choice. But with Outer Worlds, there was no compelling argument for working with the board, in my opinion. But that's just me. Trezo says, "Hey, Oxhorn, love your videos. Listening to them helps with work. Do you think we'll see the NCR again?" Probably not. I mean, if I were being honest, it would require Bethesda making a game on the West Coast set after the events of Fallout New Vegas. And I don't think that'll ever happen. I think if Bethesda makes another Fallout game, it'll likely be on the East Coast again. But I would love to see the NCR again. I'd love to see how they evolve after Fallout New Vegas. Rachel says, "Dying to know, what's your opinion on the new GNR Creation Club content? Everything we hoped for?" Well, I'm going to refrain from reviewing it now. I'm in the middle of working on those videos. But I will say that the GNR Plaza is awesome. It's so cool. And it's trippy because the art between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 is so different. I mean, it's almost a decade of technological advancement, an entire generation of video games between those two games. And yet, when you enter GNR Plaza, you feel like you're coming home. You recognize every single corner. You can go and explore the Springvale Elementary School. That's right outside GNR Plaza. You can go inside GNR Plaza. You see that little corner outside where the behemoth comes and throws that rock at you, right? You recognize everything. You know you've been there before. That's how well it was put together. Now, I don't want to do any spoilers, but there's you walk away from GNR wanting one thing, and you don't get that one thing at all. You don't even get a hint as to what that one thing is. I knew as soon as I heard that we were going to be able to go back to GNR Plaza, I'm like, oh, well, you've got to do this one thing. If you don't, I'll be disappointed. They didn't do that one thing that I wanted them to do. So yeah, I'm walking away a little disappointed. Now, the costumes that came from the GNR Plaza creation are amazing. just some of the best costumes and outfits that have been made by modders and Creation Club stuff alike. And of course, they're all based on the Fallout 3 outfits, the outfits that you can get, the mercenary outfits of Wastelanders and Scabbers in Fallout 3, the Charmer outfit and the Traveler outfit. They recreated all of those in Fallout 4. They've got a men and a women version, and they're just really exceptionally well done. So yeah, those were great. The outfits were great. The story was interesting and well done. I mean, it's a little bittersweet because we get to visit. I don't want to spoil it for you. I'm sorry. I don't want to pull the rug out from under my own content, so I'm going to wait to talk about it for when my video comes out on the topic. But it was well done. Just some of the story is sad, and just never mind. I'll stop talking. Douglas Delegard says, well, I will say have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your wonderful family. Thank you very much, Douglas. And the same goes to you. Vladimir Redacted says, love your ending videos, especially Legion 1. It's really well made and more in-depth than simple knee-jerk reaction people tend to have. Dictatorship bad. Slavery bad. I think they're very kind, Vladimir. I try to avoid that. I mean, I do think dictatorship bad and slavery bad. But if a video game is going to go to all of the trouble to explain how that world justifies something as evil as slavery or a dictatorship, then it's prudent to at least put in the effort to explain why that explanation is still insufficient. And that's what I tried to do when tackling the Legion in Fallout New Vegas. SSKI says cheers. Cheers, SSKI. Good to see ya. Anubis God says, I want your opinion, Ox. All right. There you go. And then he says 10. All right. That's a good opinion, too. 11 is also nice. Sometimes 9 can be acceptable, depending on the day. Ooh! Half-Life Alyx Hype says Fire Lucette. That's right. Can you believe it? Never in my wildest dreams would I think that Valve, of all companies, would actually make a game. And that not only would they make a game after all this time, but that it would have Half-Life in the title. Even if it is a VR game, fine, sure. But still, Half-Life, Alyx, Valve? Yes, thank you. Half-Life was really the first-person adventure sort of game with guns that I got into. All the games I played before that were like real-time simulation games and Blizzard over-the-head games. Half-Life was really my introduction to like shooter games. Brent Benson says, hello, Oxhorn. Will you be doing the full story of Fallout 4? Yes, but I don't have a timeline for it just yet. I'm going to put Far Harbor first. I want to get through the full story of Far Harbor. Working hard on that right now. I also want to do the story of Fallout 76, which I haven't touched Fallout 76 since I did my video on the story of the Brotherhood of Steel and how they came to Appalachia. So I want to do that. And then maybe once that's done, I'm going to have to decide between the full story of Fallout 4 or Fallout Tactics. There's just so much to do. And all the while, new games are coming out that I want to play. And I might want to do lore for other games like Outer Worlds or even Red Dead Redemption. Who knows? We'll see. Spartan says, for a VR game, it looks amazing and it's Half-Life. Oh, I know. Now, don't get me wrong. For a VR game, it looks stunning. And I've played a number of VR games. I played Fallout 4 VR. And it just, it was okay. I enjoyed my time playing Fallout 4 VR. I live streamed it. Every episode, we sided with the Brotherhood of Steel. It's on my channel. You can watch it. I wouldn't say it was pretty. I would say that it felt comfortable. But the trailers for Half-Life Alyx look just, what? Especially the gunplay. I couldn't believe how intricate the character was getting by just sliding his hands over a fake gun. I mean, he's twiddling with the safety. He's sliding back. He is putting in the magazines. It's just everything. Buttons just, it's really intricate. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I mean, I might have to get my Oculus thing set up again. Oh. John says, what happened to the Outer Worlds? I finished it. It was great. Loved every minute of it. It's on my channel in a playlist. You can check it out there. Rachel says, I feel like a true evil Oxhorn Outer Worlds playthrough would include indiscriminate massacres fueled to satiate your uncontrollable desire to loot every container. Well, that is what would happen. If I were to do an evil playthrough, I mean, every container would be mine. There's no going about it. Or no going around it. Pepper says, would you ever consider doing Half-Life lore? I don't know, maybe. I really enjoyed Half-Life 2. I mean, Half-Life 2 got me into it. But I don't know if I would ever do Half-Life lore. It's kind of it's not a game that really does lore well. Maybe I could do a series on the story of Half-Life, but it's not high up on my priority list right now. Brad Buzz says Half-Life game isn't real. Valve don't make games. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what you'd think. I mean, they haven't made anything since, what, Portal 2? Holy cow. Josh Bunton says, Ox, thank you for keeping me entertained while on my drive back to my hotel tonight. You are indeed welcome. Thank you for choosing to come here to be entertained on your drive back to your hotel. Naughty Cicero says all your containers belong to Ox. How does it go? All of your containers are belong to me? Yes. Ethan H says, Ox, you never answered our question. Do you plan to play the Outer Worlds when it comes out? Oh, no, I'll just say that right now. Outer Worlds, man, it's just something about it doesn't really interest me. I probably wouldn't like it. So, I think I'll give that one a miss. Nick says, I hated you playing Outer Worlds because we started at about the same time and I didn't want any spoilers. I'm glad I can tune back in. I'm also glad that you can tune back in. But once you finish the Outer Worlds, go back and rewatch my live streams because we had a lot of fun. They were some of the best live streams. The interaction was great. And I think that's mainly due to the kind of game that it was. Outer Worlds is a game that was just so funny. And the dialogue was so ridiculous. And the options were so interesting that there was a lot of back and forth between the chat and myself during those live streams. And I think that makes for an interesting live stream. So those live streams in particular, I mean, all of my live streams are good. Don't get me wrong. But those in particular, I thought were really a lot of fun. I looked forward to those every single time. Brett Benson says, what happened to Oxhorn after dark? Man, it got hard with the kids. I mean, I'm married with 2 young kids now. And I mean, I was then too, but they were still real small and they slept a lot. But they're bigger now, and it's, you know, dinners, and it's hard to be late, to stay up late. This is late for me. Like, after Scotch and smoke rings every week, and I go to bed, I'm usually going to bed later than I typically do. Because, you know, I have to get up early in the morning to get the kids on the bus to go to school, so. And Friday's the same thing. Friday's a tough day for me. I try not to show it during my live stream, but it's a tough day for me because I typically stay up late tonight because I have a lot of fun. And then I have to get up early to put the kids on the bus. And then I got to do my live stream on Friday morning. So those are tough mornings. All right, let's fire it on up. How did you develop a buttery smooth voice, says the original turd bird. Well, a lot of butter. Just melted butter. Take a stick. Put it in the microwave a little bit. You don't want it to get too hot and fully melted. You don't want it to be absolutely liquid. An absolutely liquid stick of butter would just be too hot. No, you want something that's just soft and... Sorry, I'm getting myself really grossed out thinking about just eating a big stick of butter. All right, let's turn off the music and fire up the game. Okie dokie, are we here? We're here. Cheers. Captain Gunhada says, hey Oxhorn, what was that about butter? Sorry, I'm late. I've been getting into politics. Tell you what, how about let's just add that to our list of topics that we're going to avoid on the program. We're going to avoid talking about politics. We're going to avoid talking about sisty pegs. We're going to avoid talking about butter. I love butter, but just not just the sick of butter. Burial at Sea, Episode 1. New game. Start difficulty. Let's do hard, right? Should we go to 1999 mode? It's for the best of the best. Would I consider myself to be best of the best? No. Let's do hard mode. Pickle Click, friends with Rick, says, hey Oxhorn, here's for finishing Outer Worlds. Keep up the awesome content. When will you be continuing Control? Monday morning, my friend. Monday morning for Control. Stay tuned. Okay, DeWitt Investigations.
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
Is that...
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Oh, this is like straight up film noir. Okay, do I need to give her a lighter? Nope, I think I've got one. Here's the light. Is that Elizabeth?
You got a name, miss?
Elizabeth.
Alright, considering we know that she's his daughter. This is a
You can
creepy
call
name.
me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her tied down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I'll pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will.
All right, thank you everybody who was talking about the reverb. I've got it fixed now. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. Okay, lots of questions here. I'm supposed to be Booker DeWitt. I'm supposed to be Elizabeth's father. She just came in here looking different. She had a weird hairstyle. And... clothes under my bed. Are those my clothes? I mean, I see a hat in there, but I also see frills, like frilly cuffs. Is that my clothing? Is that my character's German outfit? I don't know. Okay, 1958, December 31st. Race form, nice. We've got a good font there. Shirt, duffel bag. Oh, there it is. It's been so long since I've played this game. Gotta get used to it again. I'm walking so slow. Grab my hat and coat. Nope. Here we go.
Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know, but I know someone who does. Follow me.
Hey, it's Rapture. Before the crash, before everything became ruined.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. But I know where to start looking.
Wow.
Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
If we were all made from common clay, then Einstein would have remained a patent clerk. It's our responsibility to strive.
Here, here.
Man, they really did set design well. Oh, that's great.
Wait, was los? Ain't you playing the ponies no more? You're too good for the boys at the track now.
Oh no, it's awful looking at these kids knowing what they'll turn into.
Afternoon.
Ah! Fontaine's dogs rot in former department store. Booster Boy says, what's your favorite game or game series? Fallout is my favorite game series. But I'm enjoying a lot of different ones on this channel. Everyone looks different than they did in the floating city.
Ryan, he's a bigger fish in an awful smaller pond, you ask me.
Anything you say, pal.
If I was running things, I'd say, why just one city? Why not two, eh? Why not three?
Well, they probably cost a lot to make. Especially underwater. Oh no, more missing girls! How many of the people we're seeing right now become splicers? Oh, that one's got a blurry face. How do they expect us to find the missing child with a blurry face?
Oh, I heard about your little friend. Such a shame.
Rev Coyote says, how about buttered cysty pigs?
I love him for who he is, not for what he does for me.
If you ask me, philosophy should stop at the bedroom door.
He looks so sad.
Talking to me, lady? Booker DeWitt just must be a drunk in every universe, huh?
Edward thinks the way to my heart is philosophical transcendence. He's brilliant. If I wanted brilliant, I'd go to bed with a book.
You're just trapped by petite bourgeois notions of romance, aren't you?
Take it whatever way you will. But a girl wants what a girl wants.
Just a matter of time before Ryan's crews round up anybody talks bad about him. I mean, just look what happened to Frank Fontaine.
Little Wonders Educational Facility, emancipated children, emancipated ideas. Oh, it's so
What happened to
creepy.
these children? What are they?
Where have you been? Cabin in Arcadia?
Green means go.
Little sisters.
This is
Atom
the rule.
factories.
All little girls
It's
know.
grotesque.
What is this? We Happy Few? A game I bought, by the way, because I thought I might like it. But no, I ended up not liking it. Why are they wearing face paint? Oh, it's awful. It's terrifying. It's so cool to see this city alive and well.
Keep moving, buddy.
So what do these things do? Are they air vents? Is that what they are? Before Rapture falls?
Compromise? Is that why we came to Rapture? I could compromise in Red Hook.
We're just men and women, Alan. You hold yourself to that standard, you'll never be happy.
In what country is there a place for men like me? Men who refuse to say yes to the doubters and the parasites.
Yes, but even Andrew Ryan takes a vacation.
Come on. We haven't got all day.
Whoa. Oh, that is so cool. So that's where the mail's coming from. Through those tubes there to the pneumatic, the pneumo.
What do they even look like under those suits?
What you mean? They're just some kind of machine?
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, I say you should have to prove you're properly versed on a topic before you're allowed to vote on it. Otherwise, it's just a knee-jerk response from the uninformed. Does more harm than good.
Who would judge that? A system like that invites abuse?
Having a benevolent dictatorship takes care of that.
Benevolence isn't human nature.
SSKI says, Sisty Pig à la range magnifique.
Everyone wants to cut the tallest flower up there. Do something exceptional. Those parasites resent it, condemn it, or worse yet, take credit for themselves.
Nice finally consorting with the equally talented, eh? Getting recognized properly? Being part of something bigger?
On with it. Do you have any idea how valuable my time is?
Everybody thinks their time is valuable. More missing girls. Hey, audio log.
Ryan's been good to me. Few are the patrons who truly understand the struggle of the artist. But even I was a little leery when he shuttered Fontaine's business and sent that bald buck to a grave deep in the briny. But when Ryan buried all of Fontaine's pals in that department store, someone had to find a home for all those freshly minted orphans. And if I turned $1 or $2 in the process, you can hardly blame me for doing well by doing good.
Oh, Sander Cohen.
Great chain's only as strong as its weakest link.
Whoa, bad hair day? Oh, man. That's some breeze. Art, science,
Me
history.
can go ahead and inherit the Earth for all I care. I'm fine right here in Rapture.
Industry. Oh, I thought it said history.
He works for Ryan's security firm. I got it firsthand.
Cooks a fella from the inside out. Is the damn thing a weapon or an oven?
Works with mini-rays or microwaves? Oh, I can't remember. All I know is it sounds dreadful.
The random laughing is creepy.
If Frederick takes what he needs, he's always going to be a hostage to fortune. What's the difference between one who relies on fate and a beggar?
Now you sound like Ryan.
Good.
Funny.
What?
You not knowing about the Little Sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
You know, sweetheart, I'm spliced up particular to pleasing a woman.
Wow. Okay. Industrial arms.
DeWitt? The Hostic sees you, he'll toss you out on your ass again.
What did I do here?
Got some nerve showing your face around here, pal.
Sorry, what did I do?
Just say the word, I'll show you.
Ew, creepy guy.
Hello, old bean.
What is he, British? So we've got a sickle with a thumbs down.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
That is some breeze. Oh my gosh, but here, look at this. We've got a sickle on a hand, and it's putting a thumb on the head of this guy. And that's a Christian cross with a thumb on the head of this guy. So is that their way of saying that they don't like communism or the workers and faith, religion? Okay, I'll push a button, right? Yeah.
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise.
Turtle.
You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them. Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
I'm so glad I can finally explore this city before it got destroyed. Man, what an achievement.
Refreshment, sir. Madam?
We're fine, thanks.
Oh, that's right. He's been spliced. It wasn't bad or evil in this world, yes?
I went through basic with them, decent sort, but the Italians, Papa this and Papa that. They can't take a crap without a papal dispensation.
Gets that from his father.
I suppose I shouldn't have drank so much when I was pregnant.
Fresh in your glass.
Not changing it now.
It's hard to know snowmans.
Jeez.
Take it easy on the vine there, Ronald. This ain't communion.
I told her, you want some peace to your worries? Buy a puppy. Me? I got better things to do.
I hope that wasn't your attempt at pillow talk, darling.
Don't you need a pillow for pillow talk? All right, tobacconist.
Herr Schmidt.
A German tobacconist? Nice collection of briar pipes. Rapture Records. Oh, where to go? We can go.
Dr. Steinman told me he uses my picture to judge facial symmetry.
Darling, that line actually work on anyone before closing time.
Facial symmetry? What is this? Nazi Germany?
Sexual intimacy is no different than any other commodity, friend. You sell soybeans, I sell companionship.
Ugh, it's disgusting.
That's the Bible talking, pal. That's your mother talking. What does Ryan say? Petty morality? You can keep it.
Welcome, welcome.
The smuggler is the friend of the parasite. It is your duty to report the smuggler.
Oh, I can't go back there. Well, there's the record store. Shall we go up to Vossage's?
Now there was a straight shooter, one of us.
I don't want to follow one of us.
You imagine having a beer with Andrew Ryan? Probably some teetotaler. Don't trust the man, don't drink, least from time to time.
Ryan understands something fundamental about mankind. We want to be better than we are. That is what separates us from the jungle.
Okay, Maison Vosges. Vosges? Vosges? Clothing store.
Bonjour, signore.
I didn't realize that Rapture was a cosmopolitan city. I guess I always assumed it was an American city. But no, looks like it's pretty cosmopolitan.
What is the greatest lie ever created? What is the most vicious obscenity ever perpetrated on mankind? Slavery, the Holocaust, dictatorship. No. It's the tool with which all that wickedness is built. Altruism. Whenever anyone wants others to do their work, they call upon their altruism. Never mind your own needs, they say. Think.
Hold on a minute. Why am I not seeing subtitles on? I guess those are the only subtitles I have.
Of the needs of whoever. The state, or the army, of the king, of God. The list goes on and on. How many catastrophes were launched with the words, think of yourself?
Suchong observed strangest of coincidences. On other side of a window, man in strange hat experimenting on Suchong's own creation. On plasmid. Man name of Fink. Outrage! Theft of intellectual property! But man name of Fink is no fool. Through addition of oxidizing agent, turns plasmid ingestible through stomach lining. Mr. Ryan very impressed with Su Chong's initiative. Theft of intellectual property. Two-way street.
It can't all be coincidence.
So Fontaine didn't invent plasmids. This young guy did. And then these guys are talking about how a friend of theirs has a missing child. Jay-Z says, Ox says no more politics. DLC, politics everywhere. Yes, but the wonderful thing about politics in games is they take real-world political concepts and they... Oh, what is that? And they package it in a fictional setting, which makes it more palpable. Well, it makes it more... it makes it easier to talk about because it removes a lot of the nationalistic baggage and...
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
I'll find my source inside of that club.
Okay.
What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
And partisan baggage. Okay, Cohen's cool. We'll go there in a minute. Let me finish exploring up here first. Isaac says, Ox, please do a vid on the mayor bunker in Fallout 4. I already have.
Fontaine got taken out by Ryan's goons for one reason, and one reason only. He built a better mousetrap.
Oh, for God's sake, Armand, you want to get us both rounded up?
So you admitted that Ryan's rounding people up?
It was a figure of speech.
The pot calling the kettle black is a figure of speech.
I keep my head low and I do my job.
Like a good German.
Now, is that a figure of speech?
Yeah, just Google Oxhorn Mayoral Bunker Fallout 4. And you'll find my video on it. Hey, we got Need to Know Theater. Taking the taint out of Fontaine.
Are you in the know? You've doubtlessly sampled products from Fontaine Futuristics. But do you know why Ryan Industries saved it? Frank Fontaine, business leader and benefactor of mankind? Or was he the best friend the parasite ever had? Were you aware his businesses were a front for a smuggling ring? And were you also fooled by his supposed charity work? At his free clinic, patients became test subjects, and his orphanages were places that children disappeared into and never came out. Once they learned the truth, Rapture's Central Council called for the arrest of Fontaine Futuristics' owner. But, a coward to the end, Fontaine found a hail of bullets preferable to facing justice. The council asked that Ryan Industries assume the burden of stewardship of Fontaine's ill-gotten assets. And Andrew Ryan accepted that burden for the people of Rapture. Now all citizens can enjoy these products, free of criminal taint. Now you know.
Evolution in a bottle. Why not?
Best quit while you're ahead.
Not bad.
Why are you wasting your time with that one? You need something, friend? This clown, how is Ryan taking over Fontaine's business any different than, say, eminent domain? It's just the hand of government coming down on the individual.
Fontaine was a criminal.
By whose standards?
Gotta get that money in the fountain. Okay,
The great
there's just
chain
so much to
guides
do.
all of our efforts, even if we can't see.
This is a fully realized city. Le Marquis d'Epoque.
Ah, Mr. DeWitt. Back again. And so soon.
I don't need your judgment.
I was telling all this keep-a-don't-fe, right? About the dispersions being made about me, huh? This legal nonsense. But what Ryan warned us about is society of lawyers.
Ooh, he's drunk.
And it's absolutely nothing to worry about. Sure, Betty, we live in Rapture, a place of perpetual scientific breakthrough and wonder. You'll need to get used to seeing a few strange sights from time to time.
I suppose we are living in the future.
The PAs are great. Okay, what's this? Need to know. The greatness of Dr. Bridget Tenenbaum.
Are you in the know? Innovation and competition are what fuel Rapture. But that fuel can be diluted with rumor or flat-out lies. The rumor monger asks, what are these so-called splicing side effects? Well, take a look around you. Do you see anything wrong with your neighbor? The rumor monger asks, why has Tenenbaum withdrawn from the public's eye? Dr. Tenenbaum is a scientific mind unparalleled, even in Rapture. She's no doubt in her lab, toiling away at her next great innovation. I heard she was in cahoots with Fontaine. Merely slander from jealous naysayers. Remember, Rapture competes through innovation, not cheap shots. Bridget Tenenbaum is a woman who represents the best of science and industry. In other words, she's a Rapture gal. Now you know.
Deuteronomus says, so Elizabeth used a tear to get into Rapture, or rather the Rapture universe? Well, we don't know that yet. Is this our Elizabeth, the one we got to know in Infinite, or is this an alternate reality Elizabeth? Okay, Golden Rule, we haven't been here yet.
They're all gone. Ryan, she's the new Houdini.
He's got him in a department store?
In Fontaine's department store. If I wanted this, I might as well have stayed in Vladivostok.
Fontaine's thugs were nothing more than a bunch of parasites. Ryan looks out for Rapture.
Ryan looks out for Ryan.
And why not? It is the sweat of his brow. We're just the gnats buzzing around, no?
But then again, Elizabeth didn't seem to know what happened to the little sisters. Diner, right?
Welcome.
No. Jewelry. The Golden Rule. Look at all this jewelry. Man. Okay, I have a feeling we're probably going to be running around this city with a gun at some point, so getting to know my bounds maintenance. The Big Daddy.
Are you in the know? The Big Daddy may look imposing, but he's a gentle giant. Do you know all he does for Rapture? These metal jets are the hands that maintain Rapture, digging the foundation out of the seabed and guiding structural supports into place. Where do these metal mysteries come from? Sorry, chum, that's a Ryan Industries trade secret. Now you know.
Not nearly enough. Maintenance.
Whatever that barber did to you, I hope he's retained a capable attorney.
What? Oh. Maintenance employees only. Looks like I need to find a passkey. Holy cow, what in the... This place is huge! Oh, jellyfish.
They can't both be right.
If she feels so strongly about how Fontaine's people were treated, she's more than welcome to hop a bathysphere to that department store and join them.
There's the diner. The watched clock.
I understand why Ryan wants to lock all of Fontaine's men up in that department store, but why on earth should we have to feed them? Isn't a prisoner just another parasite?
What you want to do, Irene? Hang them all?
You said it, not me.
So that's a yes?
I don't think these supermen know the meaning of the word.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, boy. But at least they don't have cysts. Whoop, data pad. You just found an audio log with the door code 2076. Ooh. Hello, hello. I've got a code for a door. That guy. He's really enjoying that song. 2076. We need to go back to maintenance then. Oh, and this is a dead end.
How do they work?
Something about stem cells.
What's a stem cell?
Who do I look like, Bridget Tenenbaum?
Andrew Ryan reminds us
Ew.
make choices.
Those are the atom leeches, right?
Our choices make us.
Hey, hey, hey. My maintenance room now.
When Ryan take over Fontaine Futuristics, scene of a terrible violence. Splicers burning each other to bits. Lucky ones not killed, sent to department store prison instead. Suchong think he dead man too. But then Ryan comes to Suchong and says, Suchong want to be buried in filthy store, or Suchong want to make a good salary, work for Ryan. How much salary? Asks Suchong. This Ryan find very funny.
Unpleasantness with Fontaine seems so far behind us.
Artist struggle. Ooh. We've got a big head. Getting a Fallout 2 flashback. Ew. Laughing demon bunny. Abstract. Oh, it's another demon bunny. Okay. High art
It's
indeed.
quite a breakthrough.
Yep. And of course, no one's here. Exactly what you would expect. All right, almost done. We did that one. Taking the taint out of Fontaine. All right, there we go. A bit imposing at first, but you just do the loop and you get it all. There's the record store. There's the tobacconist. All right, let's go out to Cohen's. This is so weird. How much do these guys get paid to just stand on these lights and strike poses? Oh. Oh, that's just creepy. Oh, you all right there? I don't want to learn that kind of yoga. No
Private
thanks.
party. No entry without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of Invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected.
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of, they must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the artist struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Okay, well, we've been to all three. It looks like there are 3 local stores that might have received invitations to Cohen's Club. You can choose your current objective from the objectives screen. Press O to access it. Search the Golden Rule. Check the Golden Rule for a mask. Okay.
What brought you to Rapture?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt. Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Welcome.
Okay.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center cabochon... Excuse me, sir.
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg you.
Cohen sends those
Right
masks
out of her
out in some
coffin
kind
in
of
Twilight
box.
Field. Did you think we wouldn't notice?
She's
The
definitely...
assurances of a grave robber are of no...
Must be somewhere else.
If you hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you and me.
I don't think so. Hit the bricks, you tramp, or I'll see to it they hit you.
Get your hands off me!
Oh, Liz!
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
All right.
Where should we look next? Upstairs at the artist struggle or Rapture Records straight ahead?
Rapture Records. Let's see, where was it? Where was Rapture Records? It's the tobacconist. There we go. No Name says they apparently have HAVC to set Marilyn Monroe in Rapture. Yeah, she is having problems with her dress and hair today, isn't she? All right, in we go.
So nice that you found us.
See that dish I walked in with? Will you give her the star treatment, pal? That'll make it worth your while.
Of course, right away.
What is this piece?
It's by Trine, but of course, covered by Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, it's lovely. Isn't it lovely?
Gotta find that box. Nothing. Well, only one place left.
Make it fast.
Part of us that exists before thought, before logic, purely sensual.
The finest.
Oh, probably shouldn't have plucked on that. Safe? Nope.
That we never knew it.
Yes.
Can you turn it up? Oh, it's so intoxicating.
Russell. I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing.
Jeez. Way to ham it up.
Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, the Artist Gallery. She knows right where that is.
Why, hello.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course. Interesting, isn't it? An original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
How does it make you feel?
I don't want to open my mouth for fear of what foolishness might tumble out.
Would you like me to?
Where is he hiding that box?
What is she even saying to this guy?
In this piece, Cohen intended
There you are, you little son of a bitch.
Well, I accidentally got drunk.
You see all that in that little picture?
Yes. In fact, now...
You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony. Would you mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
I shall be here at your service. Until tomorrow.
She's just landed on thick. Regan Weston with a wonderful tip. Thank you. Very generous. Says, thanks for being you, Ox. Really hope you love the BioShock series as much as I do. Have a great one. Will do. I am enjoying it. You have a good one as well. We're actually,
Third time's the charm.
All right. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
We're actually on the tail end of our BioShock adventure. We've already streamed BioShock 1, 2, Minerva's Den, and...
You've got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that, you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
Dimitri, not asking for handout. Just a leg up.
And Infinite. Okay, now back to the party. Time to put on a mask.
So, what kind of field you in?
Field?
Yeah, you know, occupation. Can't imagine what kind of employment would lead you to tag along on a job like this.
I suppose you could say I work in debt collection.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So those paintings upstairs were painted by Cohen, the guy we're about to meet. How'd she get in without a mask?
This fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen his type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
Okay, it's a big white room. And nothing in here. Oh, there's the door.
Dance, move!
Okay. Bonnie is on the ground and everything.
Move, that's right. Be the conduit! Open yourselves to the music! To the spirit of the eternal! No. Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick! Please! The stick! For God's sake!
What?
My muse shall not be mocked! Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas.
Okay. Oh, we got a crazy guy.
In Rapture anymore. For the artist.
Oh, they're just gonna hang out. Right, because that's great. Sure, let's take a bath in front of all these strange people. What are these doing here? Who would hop in? Well, there's Sander Cohen. Guess let's talk to him. I can be your muse.
Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? My. This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, ladies?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Questions? Yes. Yes. It is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You're more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away.
Her hair twitches when she's angry.
I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
No?
I
We saw
see
what happened
something
last
in you
time.
too. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to go.
Cohen, you son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt.
What?
Dance with me.
Is Elizabeth,
Come,
or is she not DeWitt's daughter in this universe?
come on, dance. Feel the music. Feel the music.
This is really dramatic. The gods want us to dance.
Oh, come on, DeWitt.
I shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick! Beauty and pain. They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him.
So?
For 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick!
I mean, we saw that coming, right?
I know how to shine a light on your pain. A moth will become a butterfly.
Okay. Well, that, should I say it? Was shocking. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that.
Mr. DeWitt! Mr. DeWitt! Are you alright?
I'm fine.
You were dreaming. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
All right, everybody's freaking out about the hair and skirt. Now, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I'm getting a kick out of it. It's hilarious.
Look.
Fontaine's. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
But it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
How many people do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Oh!
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. All right, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
What's that?
Burial, let's see.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea.
And that's the name of the DLC, folks. Got a gun. Alright, I'm gonna quick save. And everyone wants me to cap my FPS, saying that that'll fix the issue. Let's try that. Whoop. Okay. So far, so good.
Don't get too comfortable. Keep your eyes open.
Seem to be some supplies this way, Mr. DeWitt.
It's Booker.
What?
Just call me Booker.
If it's all the same to you, let's leave it at Mr. DeWitt.
Fine. Ooh. Okay, so there's the tube. I got my gun, but I got 3 rounds. What is this? Kids watching the TV. Hey, Sander Cohen's The Black Dream. What is going on? Were they saying taco, taco, taco? Man, I want tacos now. Taco, 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 taco. Jump! It's art, says Ethan. Yeah, I'm getting that. Well, we just got a heaping dose of art, and now I want tacos. Is that it? Sure. Expected a jump scare there for a minute. Taco, 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 taco. So, what was that? What do we even make of that? Oh, okay. Press the left mouse to fire your button, right mouse to use a plasmid, visit the options menu, view all the control options. Okay. Possession. Fire. Can I blow this? Oh! That's not the fire I'm used to. So I can't melt that? Nope, looks like I can't. Hello.
Look
Is
up
that-
there. Let's have another look around. Perhaps we'll be able to
Ah.
find something to get us up and over.
Yeah, we need to have one of those hand things. Oh, hello.
Could be handy.
A skyhook.
Skyhook? You mean the air grabber? Kids use them to ride around up on the pneumo lines.
Air grabber. Huh. Constants and variables.
It is the Elizabeth from my universe.
Never mind.
She called it a skyhook, the same way it was called in Infinite. Constants and variables. What the Lettuce twins were saying. Oh, this poor guy. So, it is the same Elizabeth. What is she doing here? Well, up we go.
Grabber stuck.
I want the frosted one. Get me frosted.
Mr. DeWitt, someone's coming.
I want the frosted.
He made a bridge.
All right, I got the grabber unjammed.
What's
Mr. DeWitt, look.
Hold to look.
Housewares. That's where Cohen said we'd find Sally. The store ran trams between the three buildings. We'll need to avail ourselves of that.
Assuming it still works.
Optimism, Mr. DeWitt. It helps in situations like this.
Get to the tram. To the tram. So, that's the diagram. Fontaine elevator. Now, where exactly did they come from? Oh, just about fell to my death there. Can I get up there? Probably not.
I'll wait down here.
Nope, I can't point it over there. So down we go to the elevator. Punch it. Come on, Liz.
When did you come to Rapture?
Oh, it was, geez, I guess around 51? No, 48?
That's a rather large gap.
Time. Life I had before. Sort of becomes a blur. 49. 49 for sure. Damn.
You look a mess, Mr. DeWitt.
Just keep your eyes open for splicers. They can do us a whole lot worse.
Here, little birdies. Eat it up. Well, it's good for you, you know. I've never heard of birds that didn't like seeds. What's the matter with you? Do you think it's poison?
Over there. You see him?
My hand. Mark my words. Palm of my hand.
What was that? I got ammo! Mr. DeWitt, catch!
Burnt. Till there's nothing left.
Okay, out of ammo
Get up.
and out of plasmids or whatever it's called.
You want to thank me? Next time, try ducking.
Okay. I have to kill them all over again?
Most curious. I can't understand what they hope to accomplish. Let
Mr. DeWitt, look.
Well, there's the tram.
That splicer had no problem freezing a path for himself before.
I'm sure he'll be happy to do the same for us.
I have no doubt you'll prove persuasive.
So we got to get the frozen plasmid. And I need to get ammo. This is ridiculous. Ooh. Oh, there's money over there.
Mr. DeWitt, look. An ice rink.
Be good at places any to look for our new friend.
It says it's on the top floor.
So we go up.
Sounds good. But what's over here? Well, I just got some Eve to lose it. Whoops. Let's get some ammo from that vending machine. Can we get into there? Yeah, we can.
Welcome to the Circus of Value. Hey, I've got a family to feed.
The vending machine chastises me.
Another burst pipe.
Store sunk a few hundred feet beyond its specifications. More pressure, more burst pipes.
So I'm stuck. All right, I got to go back.
Welcome to the Circus of Value.
And I'm full.
No refund, no return.
Damn thing's locked.
Let me see that. Oh, have matters progressed so little? I could turn this with a rake pick. Done.
Where'd you learn that?
Oh, it's something I picked up a long time ago.
Our frozen friend leaves a hell of a trail.
Ooh. Hey.
Just let me in, okay? Fontaine? Jeez, we're all equal down here now. We're all in the same boat. I just want a taste of some high-class food. Suppose we both got a right to happiness.
Franklin?
Franklin! How could you do this to me?
I don't mean to be rude, but
You're too good.
We'll carve away your son!
I'm not ready.
One shot left.
Face your fears!
Need this, Eve? Okay, catch.
That'll do.
Sorry, that's all I've got.
See it or die! No! No! No!
Doggone it, I'm out of Eve again.
I made my quota. Well, I mean, all right. I mean, I was only off this much.
Ryan, you bastard. Left me here to rot. Sure, I signed the contract. Helped turn Fontaine into a prison. 10 days, big rush, everything slapdash. Right before the prisoners are brought in. One of your piece of shit turrets. Bam! Both kneecaps. Now I'm likely a cripple locked in a jail, surrounded by maniacs. Haven't even been paid, but I don't care. Just get me out of here!
Kortzmuller says, Oxhorn, this game's gonna punish you hard for run and gun. You can't do that in an already scavenged place like this.
And I'm planning a big comeback. Just need a new agent. You know anybody?
Good tip.
Hey, I gave you my all. You in the bedroom? How long you been two-timing me?
Golly. Finally, some hand cannon ammo, and it's 1 round. I get 1 round. Okay, new pants. Filthy Leech. Using a plasmid to kill an enemy returns some Eve. Let's equip that. Then let's get out of here before it turns. One round. And I can't do my plasmid. But I think I killed everybody. Okay, daily bread. That's what they were trying to get into. See if we can open this up real quick. Actually, what's up here? That's where I'm supposed to go. So let's go open this door first.
Help me out with this lock?
I'll give it a whirl. All yours.
Right. So what have we here? Ah. Yes.
Nietzsche said, "You must tear out within to give birth to dancing star."
Why somebody done it?
Finally, my first one. Dumping that into shield.
Feel better already.
It used to be such a thrill to hear Ryan speak. Parasite, this. And the exaltation of man, that. Sure, it could all get a bit of a bore. But the old bear sure knew how to enunciate.
Why don't you look at yourself?
Get Mother's cream out of the armoire. I need you to do your magic.
Whenever anyone wants others to do their work, they call upon their out. Never mind.
There's no excuse.
Think of the needs
For what you's up to.
of whoever. State.
It will be very painful for you!
Can't find anything.
Ah! Okay, we're live. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, now I'll drink all that booze since I don't have any Eve left.
Ugh, how do you stand that? It smells revolting.
Gotta get my health up. All right. I'm out of Eve. Can I disable it from behind? Yeah.
That's all I have.
Well, melee is surprisingly effective. Oh! Booze is coming in really handy. I better heal on up before I drink that Eve. All right.
I wonder.
Ah! Plasma traps are more potent and cost less Eve. Base shirt. There we go. Okay, I keep getting that hint about freight hooks, but I don't see a freight hook down here. Maybe it's above me. Nope. All right. Okay, well, let's go back towards our destination. That's where we need to go. Let's see what was over here. Looks like it's that other turret.
Look up there.
Ah, thank you, Liz.
Go ahead. I'll be fine.
See if they come around the corner, and then I can jump on one. Doesn't look like they are. Think I got her. Well, I wasted my Eve on that trap. Let's see what we got. Evil Eye, current hat, basic hat. Let's equip it. Okay, well, that's gone now. Let's race up there. Home delivery elevator. Can't get access to that. Can I quick save? Okay.
That's an example of a few bad eggs ruining it for the rest of us. Rapture was being undermined by a growing number of undesirable types. Where would you put them? Ryan hates competition. You know as well as I do, these decisions come from the entire
still only 2 rounds on my hand cannon. Man. Oh, shoot. Another machine gun turret. Do we waste ammo? No. Melee strikes reach 3 times as far and do double damage, but also consume 20% of my shield. Oh, no. We'll just take it. I like the one I had.
Of my first play, the Herald said, "A dead whale has washed up at the Schubert Theater and stinks a little more with each passing night." The Tribune called my first opera as having the effect of canceling out all of Mozart's classics in a single caterwaul. And now, critics take me to task for my humanitarian work. If I were not there to find a home for these orphans, would these bellyachers take my place? An artist once said, "All critics should be assassinated." I just might take him up on that.
Here, ammo! Take this!
Much obliged.
What's happened to these people? They don't even seem sane.
Nothing beats your first splice. From there, it's all downhill. The frozen frosties, the jockeys who will hand you 1,000 volts as soon as look at you.
You sound sympathetic.
They wouldn't be the first sons of bitches who found an answer at the bottom of a bottle. Once you see them go all weak at the knees at the sight of a little sister and all her Adam, they cut a less sympathetic figure.
So, elevator time. SS Kai says, love your Fallout lore, especially the older games. Keep on keeping on, brother. Gonna pass out to this stream eventually, all bedtime and all. Don't blame ya. I only have a few more minutes now, I think. But let's at least get to this elevator. Oh, come on. Right. Fire hot. Got it. They are really stingy with ammunition. There's to the tram. Quick save. Oh, looks like I need an electric plasmid to get in there.
Probably be able to pop it open with it.
A jolt of shock jockey?
You familiar with shock jockey?
More than you could know.
Let's look around. Maybe there's a store ain't been ransacked by splicers yet.
Oh, there's stuff up there. Oh. What? Did they spawn when I used this?
My own home! My own home!
Oh, down for the count.
Welcome to the circus of values. No refund, no return. Welcome to the circus of values. No refund, no return.
And I've got Tommy gun ammo just lying there. Alright, so I don't have enough money for any of these upgrades, but then again, I haven't found a shock jockey yet either. Ox, save, please. Looks like I can. All right, Jack Frost Village, Fontaine Plasmids.
Looks like the plasmid department is back that way. I'm sure we'd find something useful there.
So that's where I'm going to go to get a plasmid that I need.
You want to take a look at this?
I can do that. Ready.
Six times a week. 12 on Fridays. Only way to be sure.
Oh, don't think I didn't hear that. I raised you.
Don't you know what you're doing to me?
Oh, man. This is really brutal. Guess I'll have to use my Tommy gun. Oh, was I already up there? I was. Where'd she go? Did I get her?
Everyone calls me superstitious. I don't know. It feels good one way. It feels terrible anyway else. What was that?
Ha 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 ha. What was that? Ew. All right, scratches on the ground. Where do those lead? Broken glass over here. Where's that going? Oh, that's what made the big gap on the wall over there. Okay, so that's where I came from. That's a dead end. Down we go. Hey, shock jockey. Fantastic. What's that? Footprints? But they appear to not be going anywhere. Good. Well, I think I may have exhausted this wing. At least I came out with shock jockey, but it's not the one I need. I need Old Man Winter.
Why did Ryan lock up all of Fontaine's followers in a department store?
He needed somewhere to put Fontaine's button. Why not shut down the competition in the bargain?
But I thought Andrew Ryan was all about free markets and open competition.
All those ideas lose their luster when the quarterly earnings come in and you find the other guys eating your lunch. Either way, Fontaine's dead.
All right, this wing done. Now, I bet we'll find what we need over here.
Where do you get off? Embrace the agony!
Almost died. That was painful. Oh dear. Almost died. Maybe we'll be lucky and find a vending machine.
It's freezing in here.
Something tells me all that cold isn't just coming from the ice rink.
Ah!
Frank Fontaine called me in the other day. Me, Ray Larden. Says trouble's coming and he's passing out special plasmids to all his best guys. I mean, it's an honor, but man, I started getting these shingles all over. Skin's discolored. Like when a guy's about to lose a limb, you know? And I can't seem to pile on enough clothes. I hate to ask, but is this happening to everybody?
Let's compare. New boots, high and mighty. Attaching to pneumo lines and freight hooks provides a chance for a winter shield and increased damage for 5 seconds. Current boots, basic boots, we'll equip it. Fantastic. Now,
it's locked.
Keep a lookout. There you go.
One left.
How many have you had?
I needed the help. Don't judge me for drinking, Liz. Come on now. All right, that's the elevator we came up on. So, for the door we opened, so through here. Old Man Winter. Ooh, it's a frosty one. Oh, hello. Carbine! Yeah! And I can hold more than 2 weapons? Thank you. It only took a DLC to get that. I believe in the last game we could only hold 2 weapons in Infinite. Oh, that's going to help a lot. Maybe now I understand why they're so miserly with ammunition if we can at least carry a number of guns with us. Carbine. I've only got 4 rounds for it now. Oh, lockpick. That's it.
Nobody gets even a sip unless I say so. You got it. Anyone comes near that bottle without permission is a dead man.
Oh, what is that? Oh, and I can't move. Who shot at me from over there? For a game that doesn't want me to run... For a game that doesn't want me to run and gun, they're giving me a lot of enemies at a distance here.
Yeah, it was a whole lot for sure. Got some high notes. But I got something new in the works. I thought you were my friend.
I found ammo.
Scram.
Mr. DeWitt, here. Open for more.
Show me how you love me.
What was that? Yep.
Great.
Thank you.
Don't leave me. Not again.
Sorry, that's all I've got.
Is that it? Where was the guy shooting frost at me? Cortez says, hey, Ox, I love the Westerns, and I'm so excited to see you play Red Dead Redemption 2. Its story and characters are just as captivating as L.A. Noirs are. Plenty of trilbies, too. Okay. Well, I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to play. And that's tomorrow morning, which means I need to end the broadcast if I'm going to get some sleep.
Mr. DeWitt, the plasmid? Have you forgotten what we came for?
Hey, calm down, Liz. I've got a method and a rhythm here. Loot everything first, quest objectives last. That's what we do.
Want me to open up that cabinet?
Cabinet? What cabinet? The plasmid cabinet? Calm down, hang tight. What's that down there? Oh, that ice is frozen. Sweet, I can sneak down. Yes, yes, I'll go to the bridge in a minute. Hello?
We should grab that plasmid.
Oh, for Pete's sake. You think I don't know? All right, let's go. Oh, plasmid? Is that why we're here? Okay, fine. Wait, what's over here? Tommy gun ammo full. Okay, now we'll get the plasmid.
It's locked.
Give me a second. Got it.
So I wonder why she doesn't take any plasmids.
Damn it, that son of a bitch drank every last bottle of Old Man Winter.
Ooh, a rip in time.
What was that?
It's a new plasmid. Lets me bring in things that might exist, but don't.
I'm not sure I understand. What's it called?
Tear.
Where'd you find that?
You don't expect a girl to share all her secrets, do you, Mr. DeWitt?
All right, there we go.
Freeze your enemies. Shatter them into 1,000 pieces.
Return to the burst pipes on the first floor. Well, I mean, I should probably go if I'm going to do this live stream tomorrow. Yep, it's almost 10 o'clock. My time, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 3-hour stream. I'll leave those guys for my future self. We'll tackle them in my next broadcast. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for this live stream of BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea. We're knocking through this live stream, and I'm getting a phone call, so I'm going to let you go. Thanks again. See you tomorrow morning with Red Dead Redemption 2. Have a good one.